The loudest person in the room is rarely the most successful, and that's a truth you need to understand if you want to make it in life. The real achievers aren't the ones constantly talking about their dreams. They're the ones working quietly, building their future in silence, while others are busy making noise. Success doesn't come from talking about your plans. It comes from executing them, from taking consistent action every single day without needing validation from anyone. While others waste time seeking attention and applause, the silent hustlers are out there grinding, focused on their craft, perfecting their skills, and pushing forward no matter how tough it gets. And yes, there will be moments of doubt, days when it feels like no progress is being made. But the secret to success is simple: discipline. It's about getting up every morning, putting in the work, even when no one else sees it. People will doubt you, criticize you, and write you off, but you can't let that distract you. You're not here to prove anyone wrong with words. You're here to prove them wrong with results. As you continue to work quietly, stay focused, and avoid getting caught up in the noise, something incredible will happen. One day, when you least expect it, you will break through. The world will finally take notice, and they'll call it overnight success, but you'll know it's been years of silent hustle and sacrifice. By then, you won't need to say anything because your success will speak for itself. So the question is simple: will you stay quiet and grind, or will you waste time seeking approval? The choice is yours, but if you truly want to make it, remember that the loudest noise you can make is the one made by your success. Success isn't about being loud or seeking attention. It's about doing the work and letting the results speak for themselves. When you embrace the power of silence, you unlock a level of focus and determination that few others can match. The world is full of noise, distractions, and people talking about their big dreams. But how many of them are actually working toward those dreams? True success comes not from announcing your plans to the world, but from silently executing them, step by step, day by day. The ones who rise above are the ones who don't seek validation from others. They're the ones who understand that real power is in action, not words. In today's world, everyone wants to be seen, heard, and recognized, but the real achievers are the ones who quietly put in the effort, refusing to be distracted by the noise around them. They work without seeking applause, without constantly checking for approval, and without worrying about the opinions of others. This silent hustle requires patience, persistence, and the ability to keep moving forward even when progress isn't immediately visible. It's not about the immediate rewards or the instant gratification that comes from being noticed. It's about understanding that every small effort compounds into something much bigger over time. The journey of the silent hustler is long, often lonely, and requires an unwavering commitment to your vision. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of sharing your progress with the world, but a real game is played in the background, where your efforts quietly stack up day after day. The hustle isn't meant to be flashy. It's meant to be consistent, relentless, and focused. There will be moments when you feel like no one notices or cares, but that's the point. The hustle is about proving to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness without needing anyone else to acknowledge it. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, regardless of external validation or attention. And when the time comes, when you put in the work, when you've made the sacrifices, when you built something incredible, you won't need to shout it from the rooftops. The world will take notice, and your success will speak for itself. The loudest voice in the room is often the one that demands attention, but says the least. The silent hustler's voice is heard not through words, but through results. They don't need to tell the world what they're doing. The world will find out when the results are undeniable. The silent hustle is a path of trust and faith in yourself, a path where you don't need anyone's approval to keep moving forward. The process of working quietly and relentlessly will always produce louder results than any words ever could. So, while everyone else is talking, keep moving in silence, and let your success be the shock that wakes them up. The world might not notice your grind today, but when you show them the results, they won't be able to ignore you. And that's the power of working in silence, letting the world be stunned by your success without having to say a word. People will doubt you, laugh at your dreams, and tell you it's impossible. They will throw obstacles in your way, question your abilities, and try to undermine your every move. But the truth is, you don't need to respond to them. You don't need to argue or defend yourself. Instead, you need to focus on one thing: doing the work. The more you stay silent and keep your head down, the more powerful your success will be when it's time to reveal it. There's nothing more satisfying than proving the doubters wrong, not with words, but with your results. Your success doesn't need to be announced. It speaks for itself. Every step you take toward your goal is a small act of defiance against the ones who said you couldn't do it. Every hour spent working in silence is a silent victory. The people who doubt you may seem loud, but they're only speaking out of fear, ignorance, or jealousy. They want to see you fail because it justifies their own inaction. But what they don't know is that their doubt is the fuel you need to push even harder. Their words can't stop you. In fact, they only make you stronger, more determined to prove them wrong. And the more they talk, the more you should work. You see, real hustlers don't need to announce their every move. They don't need to tell the world about their plans. They just work in silence, knowing that their success will speak louder than any words ever could. You might not see immediate results, and that's okay. The hustle is a long game, and it requires patience. It requires the strength to keep going even when no one believes in you, when the road feels impossibly long, and when the weight of the doubt surrounding you feels heavy. But here's the thing. The longer you stay silent, the closer you get to that breakthrough moment, the moment when everything aligns and the results start pouring in. At that point, you'll look back and you'll realize that all the doubts, all the negativity, all the discouraging words from others were just temporary distractions in your journey. They will pale in comparison to the success you built quietly, steadily, and consistently. Your achievement won't need validation from anyone, because when you finally succeed, it will be so undeniable that no one will dare question you again. They'll look at you in awe and wonder how you did it. And that's when you can smile, not because you proved them wrong, but because you proved to yourself that the best revenge is not to fight back with words, but to show up, work relentlessly, and let the success speak for itself. It's not about seeking validation or recognition. It's about the satisfaction of knowing that you were right all along and that nothing, not even their doubt, could stand in the way of your determination. When the time comes for you to reveal your success, it won't matter who doubted you or tried to tear you down. What matters is that you kept going, kept working, kept proving them wrong. And in the end, you achieved everything they said you couldn't. And that is the power of staying silent and working until your results shock them all. Doubt and fear are natural parts of the journey, but they cannot define you. People will question your dreams, and they'll tell you that you're not good enough or that it's impossible to achieve what you're aiming for. But instead of getting caught up in their negativity, your job is to stay focused and keep moving forward with your work. The silent hustler understands that success takes time, patience, and relentless effort. It's about the quiet determination to keep showing up day after day, even when the world isn't watching, even when the results aren't immediate. The process of working in silence is a test of resilience. It's a test of whether you can keep going when the road gets tough, when everyone else seems to be making progress while you feel like you're stuck. There will be moments when it feels like all your effort is going unnoticed, when you're pushing so hard, and yet the recognition you crave doesn't come. But that's when your commitment to the grind becomes crucial, because success isn't about getting praise for every small win. It's about trusting the process and knowing that if you stay consistent and keep your head down, eventually everything will fall into place. There's power in silence. The ones who talk the most, the ones who flaunt their plans and desires, often have little to show for it. But the ones who keep their heads down and keep working, they're the ones who will shock the world when the time is right. You can't rush success, and you can't expect it to happen overnight. What matters most is that you keep going, even when no one believes in you, when you feel alone, and when you wonder if it's all worth it. But that's the beauty of the silent hustle. You don't need to worry about when the recognition will come. You don't need to seek the approval of others. Your journey is yours alone. As you continue to work quietly, with focus and discipline, you'll eventually break through the barriers that seemed insurmountable. And when the world finally notices your success, when they see what you achieved, they'll be in awe, not just of the results, but the fact that you did it without any fanfare, without announcing your every move, and without waiting for anyone's permission. The silent hustle is about proving to yourself that you have what it takes, not because you said so, but because you did it. The journey will be filled with moments of doubt, frustration, and even loneliness. But in those moments, you'll find your true strength. It's easy to get distracted by the noise and the opinions of others. But if you can quiet that noise and stay true to your purpose, you'll realize that the real work happens in silence. And when your success finally arrives, it will be so powerful, so undeniable, that no one will be able to ignore it. So while the world is busy talking, let them talk. You just keep working. Because when the time comes, your results will be the loudest thing in the room, and that's all that matters. The path of the silent hustler is often the most challenging, but it's also the one that leads to the most powerful results. Success is not about announcing your every move or waiting for others to notice your work. It's about staying focused, relentless, and determined, working quietly behind the scenes until your results speak for themselves. People around you might be busy talking, showing off their plans and seeking attention, but true achievement is found in the quiet actions, in the moments when no one is watching. Every day spent working without the need for praise is another step toward your ultimate success. The hustle isn't meant to be flashy, and it isn't about impressing anyone. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when no one is cheering you on, even when there's no applause. This kind of work requires patience and faith. Faith in the process, faith in your abilities, and faith that the time and effort you invest will eventually pay off in ways that others can't foresee. Most people fail because they expect quick results, they want validation too soon, or they get distracted by the opinions of others. But the silent hustler understands that success is a slow burn, a journey that requires consistent effort over time. And while the world around you might be busy celebrating fleeting moments of attention, the quiet achiever is building something that will stand the test of time. The work you put in today, the sacrifices you make, and the discipline you show in silence will compound over time, leading to a moment when your success is so undeniable, so profound, that the world can't help but notice. When that moment comes, it won't be because you shouted the loudest, but because you stayed quiet, focused, and persistent long enough to reach the summit. People will be stunned by how you achieved what they thought was impossible, and they'll wonder how you did it. The truth is, you didn't need to tell them. You just kept moving forward. Your success will become the story, and it will be a testament to the power of working silently and without distraction.